Whispers from the shadows, a haunting encounter. The grass had overtaken the gate, thick and wild, shrouding any sign of life. My heart pounded as I stood there, staring at the house that seemed more a tomb than a home. My name is Ebra, and this is my story. It was a chilly evening in April last year when I first met him. I had gone to a supermarket close to my house for some shopping. As I stood at the checkout counter, my debit card was declined. Panic set in as I tried to figure out what to do next. That's when a handsome young man standing behind me stepped forward and handed me his card. "Go ahead, make the payment," he said with a warm smile. "We can sort it out outside." Relieved and grateful, I accepted his offer. Once outside, I tried to transfer the money back to him, but he refused. Instead, he introduced himself as Patrick and asked for my phone number. That was how it all began. Patrick and I quickly became close. He was charming and attentive, dropping me off at work every morning and picking me up every evening. We spent most of our time together at my house or in hotels. He told me he was a businessman who traveled a lot, which explained why he never invited me to his place. 3 months into our relationship, my curiosity grew. I realized I knew very little about Patrick. One evening, I insisted on seeing his house. He seemed hesitant, saying it was too dirty and not fit for visitors. But I was persistent. Finally, he agreed to clean it up and take me there over the weekend. That weekend, he called and asked what I wanted to eat. I told him I loved vegetable soup. Around 8 p.m., he picked me up, and we drove to his house. As we approached, I felt a chill run down my spine. The mansion stood eerily silent, covered in overgrown grass, as if it had been abandoned for years. Patrick opened the gate and we drove in. The unease grew stronger. The house was in disrepair, with no signs of life. My instinct screamed at me to leave, but Patrick assured me everything was fine. He had prepared the vegetable soup and insisted we stay the night. My fear turned into desperation. I begged him to take me back to my house or to a hotel. He refused, saying we would stay in his house. I burst into tears, unable to shake the feeling of dread. Finally, he relented and brought the soup to the car. We drove away, and I felt an immense relief wash over me. I never asked to go to his house again, but the experience haunted me. Patrick continued to be caring and attentive, yet something felt off. He never talked about his family or friends, and no one ever called him. It was just him and me, isolated from the world. In February, I missed my period. When I told Patrick, he was thrilled and proposed to me. I accepted on one condition, that he take me to his family. He wrote down his family name, village, and other details in my diary, promising to take me there during Easter. That was the last time I saw him. His phone lines were off, and days turned into weeks with no sign of Patrick. Worried, I went to his house. It was even more overgrown, the grass swallowing the gate completely. I asked some guys in the neighborhood about him. They told me the house had belonged to a man who died in an auto crash 2 years ago. I felt my world crumble as the realization hit me, I had been living with a ghost. The shock made me faint, and I woke up in the hospital. No one believed me. They thought I was going mad or suffering from a psychological issue. Now, I'm left with a haunting question: should I abort the pregnancy, or go to his village with the details he left me? I am so confused and scared. Please, help me. Thank you for watching. If you like this story, please like, comment and subscribe. Watch out for part 2.